What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Real Talk, the place where we have real conversations. I am the Brett man from Good Real Hunting, and this is also Brad from Good Real Hunting. Brad, how are you doing today?
Doing fantastic, man. Excited for another great episode of Real Talk, man.
Yeah, man. We're 5 episodes deep now. We've had plenty of great guests on so far, but man, we finally we're finally bringing on personal guests this time around because these are two great buddies that we have that have been supporters of our channel since day one. And yeah, it's about time we finally had them on, man. We were just experimenting around. That's why we were just experimenting around with some stuff. Once we try to kind of master everything, then that's when we were going to bring them on. But this time we're going to bring them on as a duo pair. But before we introduce who we're bringing on today, which I think you kind of already tell right down with the logo right there. What is Real Talk? Real Talk, again, is just like an interview kind of show podcast that Good Real Hunting does, what we do. And you can find us on Spotify, Apple Podbean, and even YouTube in the podcast section or the playlist on Good Real Hunting. And in fact, we're just going to pretty much just shoot the shit. And yeah, we'll just go from there, Brad.
Sounds good, man. Excited about it.
Yeah, absolutely. So without further ado, let's go ahead and bring them on. Two great friends of ours. They do a great show together, and that is Destiny Faulkner, Braden Timmons. They are the Fear Freaks.
Here's Johnny.
Welcome to my nightmare.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Play with us, Daddy.
What? Okay, we haven't even gone in a couple of minutes yet. What in the hell is so funny?
Nothing.
Balloons.
That was really good.
I appreciate that. See, I was saving my voice up the entirety of that time to make sure to make you all feel welcome. But Destiny and Braden from the Fear Freaks, thank you so much for coming on and doing this episode as we are drawing nearer to the 100th episode of Fear Freaks. Take almost about 2 years, 2.5 years now to get up to this point. But Destiny and Braden, how are y'all doing tonight?
Doing good.
Doing great.
Awesome. I'm glad y'all are doing great. And again, appreciate y'all taking time up of your all's busy schedules to come hang out with us.
I'll tell you what she's looking at right now. Can you flip us on the screen? Because she's used to being on the other side.
Oh, no. All good. Hey, she's got to be on the right because she's always right. So I totally forgot about that rule. So
No. Damn it, Bernie. Is that why you're always on the right?
What's that? It is.
God.
So, if you're watching on the YouTube side of things, instead of listening on the podcast, you will know exactly what we're talking about. StreamYard differences. But again, our job is to make sure we create that comforting atmosphere. So I'm glad we were able to fix that comforting atmosphere.
If I didn't say it, she was about to say it. I know that. So.
Yeah.
And plus, I forgot about Back from the Dead, too. I always got to make sure she's on the right side, too. Because, again, she's always right?
It's because I feel like I look weird that way. And so I have to be this side. And then when I'm on that side, I feel like overcorrect my posture. It's just whatever. It's probably all in my head. I don't know.
No, I'm always feel weird too when I'm on the left and Brad's on the right because I can't let him be right. So yeah, I totally understand that, and I'm glad it was mentioned. But hey, we got that all the way. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. Let's just have some fun tonight, or fun on this particular podcast episode. So I want to go ahead and start with the first question here. We'll get some basics, and then we'll just shoot the shit here. But I just kind of want people to know your channel or your all show of Fear Freaks. And I know you've told this story a lot, but just in case for a new listener or for a new watcher, how did Fear Freaks start?
Des, you want to tackle this start?
Yeah. I was watching Cabin Fever with Maddie. We're playing a little drink along. I made a game out of it. Braden said, "Hey, you want to do a show?" I literally immediately said, "Yeah." And here we are. That was really it. That was all that was there, to it. I mean, the original plan, we had kind of a different idea, I would say, than how the show turned out to be from when we first talked about it. But yeah, he just said, "Hey, you want to do it?" I wasn't doing any shows at the time, so I said, "Sure. I have nothing else going on." and here we are.
Hell yeah. And Braden, what gave the courage to ask Destiny to do a show with you at the time? What gave you that courage? Because I understand she was she has something very intimidating, because I was intimidated to ask her to do Back from the Dead. And luckily she was nice enough to me to do Back from the Dead. So what made you say, hey, you know what? I want to do a show with Destiny called Fear Freaks, which I'm sure that y'all didn't have a name at the time, but what was the motivating factor to do a show with Destiny, to ask her to do a show with you?
Well, her and I, we had been just texting casually, that day. We'd done a couple streams together before. She had been on my channel for Halloween Kills. We with Chad, we did our spoiler review and all that. And every single time that we had done a stream, it had been pretty fun. And I liked the detail that we were able to get into and everything. And so genuinely, I was standing in line all day with my sister trying to see H3H3 podcast. I don't know if you know who they are or not, but they were in LA, and Riley was a big listener of them at the time. And so she really wanted to see him. And so we drove out to LA. This is right before we started shooting My Special Boy. And we were there all day. We didn't even fucking get into this pop-up. It was awful. We were in a line around the corner, and just when you thought it was about to move, I'm texting Destiny, and I'm like, dude, it's not moving at all. And eventually at night, it just hit me. I was like, you know what? Do you want to do a podcast or a show or a stream or some shit like that? And yeah, she said yes, almost immediately. I sent the message, and it was without even thought. It was within 30 seconds. I had a sure. So
yeah, I was pretty tipsy. We were already halfway through the movie, and I was like, yeah. And then I just committed to an idea, but I'm glad I did, because it's been a lot of fun. So yeah, I guess that's all it takes.
Yeah.
How important has Fear Freaks been to for y'all's relationship and everything? How has that helped you guys become closer, and how is it working together?
Yes.
Well, without the show, there wouldn't be a relationship, probably, I would assume. So it all kind of worked out, like I said. But sometimes it is easier. I would definitely say at first it was nerve-wracking, just because I just have anxiety, so everything makes me nervous. But I think it has helped with the flow of the show. I feel like I get maybe more annoyed now, because I'm like, okay, come on, let's go. You're still talking.
She definitely does get more annoyed. That's definitely a big piece of it. Is if I ramble on too long, she'll actually cut in and say and you guys have seen it. She's like, okay, come on, can we please move on?
Oh, I call it the look. I'm a casual, I'm always there watching every episode I can, and I just the look. I'm like, Braden, fucking let's go.
It's definitely it's a look, and then it's if I am talking too long and I'm not seeing the look, I'll get a text from her saying, come on,
Because that just goes to show how long we're still talking about it, though. If I have time to do a look and a text, it's dang, we're still here. And sometimes we only do an hour show, so I'm like, hey, we got to keep the ball rolling, so, and got to keep up with the comments. It gets hard sometimes. So, yeah, definitely maybe more annoyed a little bit sometimes, but yeah.
I will say that since we started the show and we were able to develop that friendship, her and I, we were friends, if you will. I'd say we were.
Well, I'd say more frenemies, because Braden, you hated that fucking Titanic version of the song "My Heart Will Go On."
Exactly, and that was a thing for a little while. Her and I had talked because we were in a group chat initially with Chad and Chris, and this is back when they were doing what the hell was
Creeping It Real.
House of the Dragon. House of the yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
So they were doing that, and then that's and then eventually Chad and I had our own group chat, and then we just kind of we're able to develop a friends by association type of thing. And then when we started Fear Freaks, that's when basically our friendship really started to take off, because we had to talk every single week. when we were off stream, we actually had to text and try and develop ideas for the show and all that stuff. And then, conversations, they just kind of continued and outside of Fear Freaks. But I mean, there was also days where we wouldn't talk for like, we would go a whole week without talking. And then we would talk like the day before Fear Freaks. And then after that, we would talk for a few days and then cut it for 4. It was like on and off, like, and then really towards when we started, before we started dating, it was like, do Fear Freaks, get off, FaceTime, talk all day, whatever. So that's kind of like how it all rolled and developed and everything. And it's been awesome. I mean, honestly, doing Fear Freaks, and we talk about that constantly. That is basically what really ignited the relationship. Otherwise, like she said, I don't think that we'd be where we are today. So,
and I think that's absolutely awesome because, like, again, just at the fact that just a show brought you all so close together, and look, 2.5 years, like now, look where y'all are at, and so it's just amazing. And just to be great friends with y'all is even better with that. Just seeing you both so happy together.
Yeah, definitely, man. It's critical to your success, it sounds like. So that's crazy. That's awesome. That's a good story.
Hell yeah, it absolutely is. But with stories like that, I'm sure, like, this is actually leading into my next question. Y'all have like so many crazy episodes. You have so many chaos episodes and some great episodes. So, like, what is your all's favorite episode that comes into mind? And like, what's like that one show you're like, God, I wish we didn't do that?
I can't think of like specific shows. There's definitely things on old shows I'm like, oh God, that's out there. That kind of sucks. I do remember a show that my cat that I had at the time, Elvira, had jumped onto my desk and she knocked my phone into my crotch, and I was wearing shorts, and I went back and you saw like a full quick view, and I almost cried afterwards. I still don't think Braden ever removed it from whatever episode that was. But that's like something I can just like, I will always remember that because it was so quick. And I was like, dude, don't. Like, because sometimes it's like, really? That would freaking happen? Are you kidding me? But yeah, there's been a lot of fun shows. I'm just really bad with remembering the topics because it all just kind of blends together. But there's also, actually, my favorite stream is our Scream 6 watch along.
Yes, I was about to say it.
Mainly because that day it was pretty funny because I was annoyed at him. But we're doing the show, everything's progressing, and then everything started going wrong for him. And so I was just kind of like eating it up a little bit. Everything that happened, I was just like, oh my God, I can't help but feel like this is my fault. It was all great for me. I was enjoying it. Then he spilled his drink and I felt pretty bad. That I was like, oh damn, that was too far. So I did feel a little bit bad at the end. But and he handled it very well, actually. I remember Chase Moser, good friend, he messaged me afterwards saying like, Braden kept us cool, and that's like so awesome of him because I would have lost it. I was like, I would have lost it. I would have left the stream. I would have lost my shit. But he kept us cool the whole time, and I was like, yeah, he's actually pretty good at staying level. So you pulled it off. I will give you that.
For the people who weren't there, what happened that was making Braden have such a bad time?
Dude, I don't know. It was just like one of those streams like where everything was just actually going wrong. It was quite crazy. It was almost as if because she was annoyed with me, she had some sort of witchcraft power. And it was like just decimating everything on my desk. Like it genuinely was like, oh, I got a margarita, and guess what? Now I grabbed the margarita and the whole fucking thing tips over and spilled all over my desk. Like, I mean, Misael actually made a great video on it. Like, he actually was able to edit it to like where it cut to the close-ups of Destiny reacting and then my face when. So maybe we'll play that at the end of this year for our Fear Freaks roundup. I'm trying to keep notes. So anybody that's listening to this that watches Fear Freaks, if you guys have notes or mental notes of episodes that you want to see in a Fear Freaks roundup at the end of the year, send them to me so I can note it down so I know where to go get it from and everything. And I know Des was talking about like how I don't edit stuff out. It's because these are live streams. Once they're posted, they're posted.
It was a crotch shot. I feel like there's an exception.
It's on the channel. I don't know what to tell you. So I know that YouTube has the studio, I think, where you can go in, but like after that, it takes like, it depends on how big the file is, but it takes like so many hours or sometimes days to process.
So
I'm like,
pretty much Braden just finds it so fucking hilarious that he's just kept it. Like,
dude,
plus it's just got more work to do. I'm just gonna leave the crotch.
We don't have that kind of time for live streams. If these were pre-recorded episodes like we're doing right now, Brett, and like you had time to go back and actually look at it and edit it, that's fine. But if it's live, I'm not touching it. Whatever happens live is just going to be
Plus,
on the show.
I would probably. This is no offense, Desi. Like this, like that could possibly gain 2,000 subscribers just like that.
Well, I wish I would have known beforehand.
Like, oh shit, crotch shot. That's going to do it. All right, I'll do it.
And I remember that day too. I was like, I'm going to put on some pajama pants. I was like, no, it's kind of hot. I'll just wear shorts. And I specifically remember being like, I should have worn the pants. My freaking cat did.
Yeah, but, I do forget what episode that was. I can't.
I don't know.
Of it.
I think it was one of the early ones.
Yeah, it was definitely when I was still in Chicago in my apartment out there. Yeah.
Well, it's out there somewhere.
Yeah, it is.
So hey, if for listeners or watchers, if you want to try to find that clip again, just for the end of the year promptu, hey, there you go.
Yeah, please let me know. I would like to know.
Yeah. Let's embarrass Destiny even more now that we've already done in this episode. So this is good. Like she's loving this episode so far.
I feel like recently I've been kind of like the punching bag. So I'm kind of used to it. Brad's always talking crap about my favorite movies.
Not all of them.
Not all of them. Sometimes we agree, but one of my most favorites. But it's fine. Chad's always coming in, stirring shit up like he always does, but it's been a little bit extra lately. I got too drunk one night to do the live stream because I was celebrating my cousin's gender reveal. Sorry, it was at a Mexican restaurant and I was enjoying myself. You get a little too drunk, you miss a stream, and all of a sudden, you're freaking drunky over here showing a crotch to everyone. So.
Hey, and you know what? You put salt to the wound on that situation from that drunk, to miss that particular episode because you were drinking a margarita just to rub it in Braden's face.
And you didn't spill it.
Yeah.
I didn't spill it either.
Or as far as we know.
I didn't, I swear.
Definitely not. There's no evidence of it.
I know. I usually get jealous when people I know are drinking and I'm not there because it's like, dude, what if they're doing something cooler than I am? Like, I mean, that's like
you should saw my Super Bowl celebration. I was seeing shots of Braden of me taking shots of fireballs, just like celebrating. Like,
I know, Brett.
Fuck the haters. Like,
even though I'm not a Chiefs fan, I genuinely wish I was at least there taking the shots with you because it's like
you know where I live.
This motherfucker, dude. I went to his house the other day. He has a whole fucking drawer of fireball shots in his fridge. Is the last thing I expected. It was crazy. We were out there. It was like freaking Mario in there. After you get the second mushroom, you could shoot fireballs everywhere. It was crazy.
Dude, those fireballs are more like the stars, man. And like every time I drink one, I always hear in my head go like, and I just do something stupid. Brad can contest to that, but
I can definitely contest to that. I can do that. A lot of stupid things happened the other day, but they were hopefully will turn out nicely.
Dude, y'all just wait on that. But I tell you, and I want to go ahead and get like one more question in, and then we'll just go ahead just shoot the shit and all that. And I just want to make sure we celebrate Fear Freaks 100 episodes of it. And since we pretty much like it's the release of this being the week of the 100th episode or pretty close to it, I want to ask. After the 100th episode, because I'm not going to ask what y'all are doing. I want people to be surprised by that, what you all do for the 100th episode. But what's going to come after that? Do y'all have any new plans for the show after 100? Are you going to bring on more guests? Because I know a couple of times you brought on a few guests. Do you like to bring on more guests in the future or new topics to the show or just adding new layers to the show? Anything about the future of Fear Freaks you want to talk about?
Well, after the 100th episode, we're done. So it's good knowing everyone.
Oh, shit. We heard it here first.
Just kidding. We do have plans of stuff that we want to do, but it's more so for when we're in person because,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, y'all do it virtually as well. It's sometimes, but y'all get to do stuff in person. And I want to like focus more on doing stuff in person. We have talked about maybe cutting back on lives and doing more pre-recorded stuff in the future, more like deep dives into specific movies, because that was something that was kind of hard to do, was try to fit like a whole movie within like an hour time slot when we used to just do it for like an hour. So we talked about doing that, maybe coming up with like a new segment. We want to play around, add some new stuff to it, but a lot of it's mainly for when we get to actually do the show in person, not just on, 2 screens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and plus it's hard. Like me and Brad, we've done streams together, like when we're like in the same room and all that. Hell, Brad, we're that one time you, me, and Chris were actually on this couch trying to do a freaking live show.
That was epic.
Dude, it was freaking insane. So I kind of like understand that, like why y'all aren't doing it now. But yeah, I personally would love to see that in the near future. Hopefully in the very near future. But Braden, what about you? Anything you want to comment to go along with Destiny's future of the show?
Yeah, I mean, she kind of, hit it right on the head. We've been talking about it honestly a lot more recently than we have like in a while, actually. Just kind of like honestly, just probably talking about like like she said, like new layers and how we want to approach it. Nothing is set in stone yet. We're still developing the plan. For at least the remainder of the year, the show is going to continue to be live and everything. But yeah, like she said, we're having conversations about maybe cutting back on some live stuff. Like when we are in person and we're able to be in person, like permanently, it's going to be hard to, I guess, do streams in the same room. So we're going to have to figure out how to make that, work and everything. Like that's going to be a challenge, and it's a challenge I'm looking forward to, because we've done this for so long, and this is easy because you just send the person the link and then you're just able to pop in and you can hit go live and make all the graphics and everything. So I mean, I'll be curious to see how we end up collaborating on how we end up doing that in the future.
Yeah.
So.
And it's actually another good topic too. I just thought about too, like how we're like, we're like in different parts of the world right now, but then like it's going to be so different, like a different feel when you all are together. But I think you're all going to mesh well. I think it's actually going to work, benefit more to you all just because of your all's chemistry with one another. So really for me, I'm not worried about it. I'm like, I know everybody's going to be excited when y'all get in the same room and share the same microphone. I know it'll be weird at first, but I bet it'll get so much easier if it's just how we're doing it right now.
Yeah, I will say too that is also why we just stopped doing like topical episodes, because it's like, there'd be a topic that it's like we would just get on, kind of give our thoughts on it, but it's like we weren't doing deep dives. That's kind of what we want to do with the pre-recorded stuff, is we want to get into the deep dives and do the research and actually have like an in-depth dialogue to go about throughout the show. So that way, hopefully we can educate people on like the film that we're discussing, or films if it's a franchise or whatever, and like she said, it's hard to do that within just 1 hour. And, we're not 3.5 hour stream kinds of people. Like, Mike and what's his face from We Watched the Movie.
Oh, Mike and Jay.
Jay. They're 3.5 hour stream types of people.
Or for one of my crazy birthday streams when I go ape shit crazy. So
yeah. So or if we're doing a stream together, hey, we could sit here with a group of people on a stream because there's so many different heads and thoughts going around, and you could pop in at any time. But if it's just 2 people streaming for 4 hours, it gets a little excessive, so that's all.
Yeah. And also like with us, like I'm 2 hours ahead of him, which sucks.
There you go. Yeah, there's that too.
It's already late for me, and we both wake up early, but it's already super late by the time the show ends, even if we just do it like for an hour. I mean 9-10, it might not be like super late for some people. It's pretty late for me. And
but that's understandable with your job
too. Yeah, exactly. So sometimes I'm like, hey, we gotta go, man. I'm tired. I want to watch a show or like an episode with you of something at least before I go to bed. So whenever we're able to do stuff in person, I'm not like, it won't be so time constrained. Because like I also don't like feeling rush, and I hate that sometimes I feel like I do rush, but it's also like, you know,
like, come on, like we got better things to do. So
not better things, just I wanted to slay my bed.
Oh, John, thank God.
Williams, what the hell are you doing here?
Myers. Is he dead?
Myers has zero emotion. He has no motives. If he sees, he kills.
Tell the town to lock their doors. No one in, no one out.
that's pretty much some of the questions that I have, though. But Brad, I'm going to lead it more onto you. Like, let's just shoot the shit, man. Brad, anything you want to ask Braden and Destiny?
I got a few things I'm going to tackle. I told you guys earlier before the show I had this picture from social medias, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut this out or put this in because I want to clear the air. I want to make sure you guys aren't feeling too nervous about it because it's nothing crazy. You guys have been freaking out about it. Let's go ahead and put it out there. This was something that was really concerning to me, and I didn't like it at all.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking. Okay, now I know exactly what you're talking about now. No, I should have known right away because you commented on it.
I know what it is too.
Yeah.
Braden used to be one of the only motherfuckers out there that would be like, hey, Pray at Night's not a good movie. And then I'm sitting here on Facebook one day and I see him wearing this fucking t-shirt. What the fuck is this piece of shit? Strangers Pray at Night t-shirt. I need you to explain yourself. Have you changed minds or what's going on here?
Yeah, no. This is exactly what happened. That is Destiny's t-shirt. It's a large. She had it because it fit me. And because she too, if you look at her purple shirt, you could see Man in the Mask right at the bottom towards her arm. So she was wearing a Stranger shirt. So she was like, I have a Stranger shirt for you. And I think I did tell her too. I said, I don't think Brad's going to be too happy if he sees this. I do think that was actually one of my comments. I was like, dude, Brad is just not going to be very happy when he and I said, she was like, I don't care. You're going to wear it. And I was like, it was like one of those moments where, you know, you got to do it just to make her happy. And so I wore it. It fit. It clearly fits me. I'm like, why? How the fuck are you wearing this? Like, I mean, this is like
it's a bedtime shirt.
Well, and I was about to say too, like when I first looked at the picture, I was like, well, first off, how the hell is Braden able to fit in that shirt? Ain't that supposed to be like a small? And then I remember Destiny saying something one time that it had to be like a large shirt. I was like, oh, okay, then that makes sense. It's like Braden's not as big and muscular as I thought he was. Which.
Yeah.
No,
also,
it is a large. The Pray at Night merchandise is very limited, and so I found that on eBay, and I did not see any smalls or mediums. I saw a large, and I was like, a Pray at Night shirt, I'm gonna get it. I don't care what size it is. So I use it as a night shirt. I don't wear it out in public. It is way too big for me to be wearing like that.
So yeah, there you go. That's why I'm in the shirt. Now, I will say that, like, I still think that it's an atrocious movie overall.
Oh, thank goodness, man.
Even though it scared the shit out of you.
I definitely do. However, like, you know, I've watched it numerous times over the last year and not necessarily by choice. Destiny, she wants to watch it. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, we can, like, we watched it virtually, like, after even our stream that we did last year. We literally watched The Strangers. And then because we watched the first Strangers, Des was like, oh my God, now we have to watch Pray at Night, please. And I was like,
it was my plan all along.
Yeah, so I was like, all right, fine. And so we watched it. And then we watched it in like literally when I was there in May when we were getting ready to go see the new one. She's like, you do know this is like we have to watch Prey at Night because we're in person and we're getting ready to see the new one. So we watched it. So do I think it's as bad as I thought initially? No, but is it still bad? Absolutely it is. It's got a few redeeming qualities, but I don't know, man. Like shots, they linger on too long. And I call it out every single time. I'm like, that shot on the opening shot alone, and I'm pretty sure I said that on our stream last year too, is just way too long for a revealing shot. So, you know, it's like I still see it as a technical mess, but it's grown on me like the slightest inch, and it's only because of Des. So,
oh well, that's fair. I can get behind that. I had this pulled up still because I wanted to shout out that Pennywise thing back there. Fucking legit.
Thank you. I got that from Houston Horror Film Festival.
That's cool, man. That's creepy. I don't know if I could sleep with that thing on the wall, but that's okay. Either way, yeah, I had to clear the air about that because I was worried. I got nervous. I was like, okay.
I came in with my bullshit too, going, yes, we're converting him. Good.
Nah, dude, it's just still the fact that, you know, you watch The Strangers, the first one, and then you watch that one, and then it's like a night and day difference, if you ask me. I love the first Strangers.
And then you watch the fucking first chapter or whatever, and then you go, chapter 1, my bad. Then you go back, you're like, maybe Prey at Night wasn't so bad.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Brad, did you have that same feeling?
Maybe a little bit. When I was watching the first chapter, but that's just because I mean that, you know, that one still had the dumb characters, but it also had like fucking the worst cheeseburger eating scene I've ever seen in my life. And
oh, you're right. You're absolutely right. Oh man, like watching that, I mean, I'm pretty sure I heard Des gag next to me in the theater.
Because listen, I work at a Sonic. And I've walked into the fridge before to where the ketchup has spilt out all over the floor. So like I know like that just intense smell of just so much ketchup. And so every time I see an excessive amount of ketchup, I'm just like, because it just 6 a.m. and open up that freaking fridge and it just smells like cold ketchup. It sticks with you. Yeah. So it was way too much ketchup. It did make me feel very nauseous.
There's just a lot of terrible decisions that are made in that movie that actually, like Des says, does make Prey at Night much more tolerable when you look at the stupid shit. Like, who runs into a room and literally just piles themselves into the wall and then watches this axe guy literally just freaking knocking the door down, and then he looks right through, looks at them and just walks off.
Yeah, it's pretty
mind
bad.
games.
It's so dumb. Like,
it's pretty bad. Yeah, a lot of bad stuff happened there. But that brings me to my next point. Sort of, not really, but it kind of does. Braden, you're an esteemed director of a couple fan films, a couple short films, things like that. A lot of good stuff, a lot of good work, great flicks, obviously all around. My question is, are you going to put Destiny in one of these flicks? And if you do, how are you going to kill her off?
Well, I can't spoil how I'm going to kill her off because, you know, we have had a couple conversations about it. Because it's not going to happen, I will tell you she was supposed to be in The Last Nightmare Part 1. Unfortunately, that did not happen this time around, but she will have a spot in The Last Nightmare Part 2. So, yeah, she was initially supposed to be in this part. She was supposed to have a little cameo, and I won't tell you now, but if we're gonna do a stream down the line, if you guys get a chance to see the movie and then I come on, I'll tell you exactly where she was gonna be placed because I know exactly where it's at. But we definitely have some conversations about her being, like, you know, a small part in especially the originals that I have in mind coming up. Then we have had a lot of conversations, so you could definitely expect, I should say, to start seeing Des pop up from time to time. And you've already seen my sister in the one clip. You're going to see my other sister in The Last Nightmare Part 1 as well. She has a role in it also, so you might see some like familiar faces just kind of coming around as these films continue.
Kind of like Stan Lee cameos at this point.
Kind of, yeah. And I mean, the only film, I was initially supposed to have a cameo in it, but we didn't have enough time on set. I was supposed to have a cameo in Sally as well, but like I said, we didn't have time. So if that was the case, I would have had a cameo in every one of the films I've done so far. So kind of a missed opportunity, but
Yeah, and I'm glad
Sally, actually.
Yeah, I was about to bring up Sally too, because I think the rumor, the big insinuation was that Destiny was supposed to play Sally, but this was during Afraid of Airplanes, but now she's a freaking pro at it, so no excuses in the future. But that actually brings up a great question. I know it's been a long time, Braden, and I know a lot of people had a lot of interest in Sally. Do we have any future talks about maybe a Sally 2?
Maybe, yeah. Initially, that was a project that I was kind of fast tracking and everything. I had kind of a story that I wanted to do, but now there's just one that I'm just really excited about. And I posted the just screenshot of the script, and I'm not going to announce the title yet or anything, but it's still the untitled Christmas slasher that I'm working on, which I'm just super excited about. I've talked to Chad about it. I talked to Des about it a lot as well.
It's good.
And yeah, Brett. Yeah, I have talked to you a little bit about it.
Just for a little bit. I remember saying, "Yeah, Brett, you got to do it."
But I'm definitely excited about it and where it's going. Last year, I felt like I was getting a pretty decent start on it. I got about 20 pages in, and then I just kind of fell off. Maybe it's because I started writing it around Christmas time, and I'm just waiting for this Christmas to finish that script. But also, I've been so knee deep in The Last Nightmare Part 1 this year. It's just been a little crazy. So
yeah. So we asked this question. Actually, first off, you don't think it's not going to turn into a Rob Zombie, Sherry Moon zombie situation?
Yeah, it's you could say that, or Mike Flanagan and Kate Siegel.
Yeah, it's something like that. Yeah,
too.
okay. That could work.
Jess is gonna start starring in every picture that I do after this one. She's actually, we're gonna kind of do what Halloween Ends did, and we're gonna introduce a late character in the third movie of the Nightmare Trilogy, and it's gonna be all about Destiny taking on the evil form of Michael Myers, and
I'm gonna fight him, and I'm gonna win.
Female Corey.
She's going to win. She's going to look at the final shot's going to be her looking him directly in the eye. She's going to take in all of his evil, and evil changes shape or whatever it is. And Destiny's the new shape of evil.
And if it's going into Destiny, God help us all.
She looked like damn Scout Taylor at the end of Halloween 2. Rob Zombie.
Do that smirk and all that.
There you go. That you guys got our end shot.
And she will show, and she in her mind, and she'll probably make it a reality too. We need to buy her a white horse.
True.
I don't like horses.
I know.
Or a unicorn. It could be a unicorn, Birdie. You never know.
Okay, maybe.
All right, so we asked this question a couple weeks ago when we did. Actually, it's been a couple months ago, probably at this point, when we had the horror couple on here. We asked them, and we'll ask you the same thing. You guys get to each have one celebrity hall pass here, okay? Who's allowed in this relationship?
Shoot myself. I'm just kidding.
Damn.
Well, see, I figured Destiny was going to be picking Cillian Murphy anyway, but I didn't know what. I mean,
Cillian Murphy or Joseph Quinn. Those are the two. I mean,
or one Mr. Cooper, Agent Cooper.
There you go. Yeah, him too. He still looks good today too. So I mean,
or Kevin Bacon even is an option. It's an option.
Bacon's actually the Bacon won't work on Destiny, but yeah, Bacon could be a good answer in the future.
I like it. But this is why they call it. This is why we call it real talk. Okay, we're talking real.
Exactly.
All right. So we got to have the one. We got to have the one answer.
Yeah, I'm even curious because even I say one thing about even a celebrity, and guess what? It's game over for me. So I'm genuinely
game over,
curious.
man. Game over.
Yeah, exactly. I'm talking celebrities. I can say I want to see the new movie with so and so, and she's like, "Why? You have a crush on her?" And then she's sitting there
And guess what? I'm right.
And she literally is sitting right next to me while we're watching the Strangers Chapter 1. She's like, give me your phone. I need to take a picture of Joseph Quinn on the big screen. Like, literally took it on my phone because for whatever reason she couldn't use hers. Or
I turned my phone off because we're at the theater.
There you go. So she's like, you silence yours. Give me your phone. And so she takes it just to take a picture. And she fucking posted it on social media too. It's like everybody knows. You're proud. Oh my God, this is fantastic. I'm so glad. Yeah, this is real talk. Absolutely. Who needs therapy when you guys got real talk? So
hey, we're therapy, and the best part is we charge for free.
We don't even charge you for it.
Exactly.
We just want the tea. That's all we want.
After this, Brad's gonna bill me. He's gonna be like, "Here's your bill, buddy." So, so Des, come on. Who is it?
No, you can go first.
No, you go first. The ladies first, because I'm genuinely curious. Out of Cillian Murphy, out of all the man crushes that you've had over since I've known you, I'm genuinely curious to see who
I think it's the officer from the Haddonfield Nightmare.
No.
But Braden was the officer from the Haddonfield Nightmare.
I was one of the officers.
So damn, you just say no to Braden. Holy
She's caught. So who's it going to be? Joseph Quinn, Cillian Murphy, or are we going to go completely out of left field here? Bill Skarsgård's another one.
Hey, get out of my head. Wow, this is so tough. There's just so many.
Whoa.
You know what? Damn, I think I will have to go with Kyle MacLachlan. Because right now it's my current hyperfixation. Specifically, from Twin Peaks. Specifically, though, since we're going to get specific, the episode where I can't say anything, but I'll just know there's water coming down. Yeah.
Raining? It's raining?
It's a little bit. On the inside. And water, So,
boom.
Water, the fire alarms, that's all I'm going to say. Boop, 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 boop. That episode. It's in season 2.
All right, Braden. Think long and hard about that.
I don't need to think, buddy. I don't need to think long and hard about this at all. This has been literally the answer for like 8 years. I mean, and I want you to know that this is also going to avoid Des from watching Hawkeye. This is going to avoid her from watching Pitch Perfect. Oh God. And everything. It's the one and the only Haley Steinfeld. I mean,
yes,
that's a good pick.
Love her.
Yeah, I mean,
love her.
So there you go. I'm not saying. Listen, I'm not going to say anything else. That's it. It's out there. It is out on the stream. She's probably going to fucking clip this and turn it into some sort of video to send as well. So thank you guys for that. I appreciate it.
Well, it's talk. It's real talk. Wait, that's all you can say. It's real talk.
Plus, here's the thing, Destiny.
You can't go.
You got to accept him at his worst, so you could accept him at his best. Which, by the way, that is a great Haley Steinfeld song, by the way, along with Machine Gun Kelly.
Wow, two great artists.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Well, wait a minute. Why are you hanging on Machine Gun Kelly? Ain't he dating or marrying Megan Fox? I thought you liked Megan Fox.
I'm just glad you didn't say. I'm glad either one of you didn't say Pete Davidson. Honestly, I think that's.
Dude, I want to punch that guy in the fucking face.
I know.
Are you kidding me?
I know. Apparently, he's attractive, Birdie. I didn't get this, but I don't know. Either way, So, I got one more thing I was going to do, Bert. Man, if you got anything.
No, man. I'm good away. So go ahead.
All right. One really last thing I wanted to do is because we're always talking horror movies here. Everybody knows our favorite horror movies. Everybody knows, what we like, what we don't like. I wanted you each draft style, Birdie. The draft style that we've been talking about. Draft style. I want you guys to draft.
Snake draft.
Yes, a snake draft. I want you guys to draft 5 comedy movies. Okay, Destiny, you can go first. This will be a snake. So you pick first, and then Braden goes twice, and then back to you. You can't pick one. The other person picked. And Birdie and I are going to judge which one's the better 5. We don't really talk about comedy a lot. So I'm just curious what kind of style you guys like. And I'll just let you guys go whenever you're ready.
So it's like I say one, she says one, and we just go all the way up to 5?
Yeah,
yeah, like it's gonna be 5 bets of snake draft. So Destiny will go first, and Braden, you will get to go. If then you get to go again, it'll go back to Destiny to go. And then Destiny will go again. It's a snake draft.
Okay.
My first pick, probably gonna have to go with Talladega Nights.
Nice. Yeah, I didn't expect that right out the chute. First pick.
Okay. For me, Airplane.
Okay.
The classic spoof. All right, pick another.
Oh, my turn again. Yeah, that's right. Horrible Bosses.
Ooh,
That's a good one too.
Step Brothers.
Doubling up on Will Ferrell, I see.
Yeah, right out the chute.
I'm very
No, it's
surprised
my
you haven't
turn
said
again.
one yet. Yeah, I'm very surprised you haven't gone with one immediately.
One. I don't know.
It's Des's turn again now. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
your turn now. Okay.
Hold on.
Just because it's kind of recent and it's off the top of my head, I'm gonna go with Bottoms.
Okay,
I'm not
that's a
familiar with this
fun.
one.
That's a fun movie. That's a new movie from this year. That's a very fun movie.
Yeah.
So Destiny,
okay.
Braden, you will get to go movies 3 and 4. Go ahead.
Okay. The Hangover.
Nice.
And want to go Game Night. It's another Jason Bateman one. I don't know if you guys have seen it or not, but it's
Criminally underrated.
It's fantastic.
Jesse Plemons in there with the dog.
Yeah.
Rachel
crazy,
McAdams.
Yeah, Vin Diesel. That's the one where the Vin Diesel thing came up, right? Where they were trying to figure out.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
All right, so Desi, you are picks 4 and 5.
Mean Girls.
I like it.
And Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Okay.
I am very surprised. Since your draft is over, I'll go ahead and say I'm very surprised you didn't say Easy A.
I'm an idiot. Yeah. Sometimes, like when it's like rom-com, you know, it's like,
okay, that's
rom-com?
understandable.
You know, Mean Girls is rom-com, but I feel like it's less rom, it's more calm. So, you know.
I can dig it.
All right, Braden, finish out the draft, my friend. I believe you are 4 and 5. Is that wait a minute? He should be 5.
Yeah, 5, right?
Yeah. So I'm at 5.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, Wedding Crashers.
Oh, that just maybe sealed the deal for you, my friend.
Dancy, I am so sorry. Like once he mentioned Wedding Crashers, it's over.
Here's the thing. I don't like Airplane really at all. So when you said that, I was like, I don't know about this.
Bad
I think
start.
But I also don't really like Will Ferrell that much. Talladega Nights, the two you picked are two of the more manageable ones for him, for me. So it started out you were winning. Then I didn't know the Bottoms one. I'd never seen it. Mean Girls I haven't seen since it came out. And the last one, what was the last one you picked again? That was
Fast Times.
Fast Times. Oh, that one's good.
That BBK with the flash thing, like that's a little bit of a cheat code to try to get some bonus points, which it almost worked.
Yeah, I mean it did. I love Wedding Crashers though. That's really what really tipped the scale for me. but hey, solid list all around though, for the most part. I like it. I just thought that would be fun. Branch out of horror for a second, get into a little bit of comedy because we never talk comedies.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're listening or watching, or if you're watching on YouTube, leave a comment down below who you think won this particular draft. Or if you're listening, when you're leaving a review, let us know who you think won this battle of the comedy movies. Just let us know. Brad, anything else you want to ask before we get to the fun part of the show?
I don't think so, man.
All right, I don't have anything either. So, Destiny and Braden, you're going to get your own episodes like in the future. We'll go in more detail here a little bit. But the reason I bring it up, because we're definitely deciding to do one thing on this show. It's one of our popular segments on this show. We are going to enter the fire segment.
You're not on fire, Ricky Bobby! I'm on fire! Help me, Jesus! Help me, Jewish God! Help me, Allah! Help me, Tom Cruise! Oh, help me, Oprah Winfrey!
Yes, sir. So, Brad, if you want to describe to the listeners and the watchers, what in the hell is the fire segment?
What it is me and Bert are going to come at you with a plethora of questions, a ton of them, very quick ones. What we're looking for is like one-word responses. Yes, no. It's going to be like yes or no, either this or that. Maybe something you could think of on the fly real quick. One-word responses. We're going to try to get through as many questions as we can in the allotted time, which is how long, Brady?
A minute and 30 seconds. So just as many questions you can answer in a minute 30 seconds. Like, it's not a competition, so we're throwing the competition out the window. This is just to put you on the spot and see what kind of weird answers that you get with some of our questions.
Yeah.
So, and Destiny, you ladies first. So we're going to start off with you. So whenever you're ready, I will start the timer, and I will go ask the first question. Then Brad will go with his. I'll go back with mine, and vice versa. So a minute 30 whenever you're ready.
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Okay, Twin Peaks or Stranger Things?
Twin Peaks.
Who's better at Call of Duty, you or Braden?
Me.
Football or baseball?
Baseball.
You have to delete one of these movies forever. Pray at Night or Jennifer's Body?
Pray at Night.
What is your biggest ick?
Talking too much.
What's your go-to Taco Bell order?
Grilled cheese black bean burrito, Baja Blast, nacho fries.
Okay, go-to karaoke song.
Pitch Perfect, the ending finale scene.
If you walk in and a stranger in a mask is attacking Braden, trying to kill Braden, and you have a gun, are you going to blow her away?
Absolutely.
Cool.
Your go-to Sonic drink.
Root beer.
Would you rather be stuck in the Overlook with Jack Torrance or on a boat in the ocean with the shark from Jaws?
Overlook.
Mexican food or Japanese food?
Mexican.
Mozzarella sticks or jalapeno poppers?
Mozzarella sticks.
If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Teleportation.
What's your favorite book?
Pet Cemetery.
Spider-Man or Batman?
Spider-Man.
Slushies or milkshakes?
Milkshake.
So that is the fire segment with Desi. Desi, great job. You pretty much got all of our questions that we had. So we were kind of scared, like, crap, what other questions are we going to ask next? So
and my questions are different.
Yeah, they're a little different. Maybe Brad might throw in a similar question here in a little bit, but Braden, now is your turn. You're going to be officially on the hot seat, just kind of like the Chicago Bears are right now. So whenever you're ready, let us know. We'll start the timer.
I'm ready.
Here we go. Chicago Bears or Chicago Cubs?
Bears.
Who's better at Call of Duty, you or Destiny?
Me.
Favorite comedian?
Kevin Hart.
What's your favorite fast food French fry?
McDonald's.
Horror villain you think you could beat in a fight?
Michael Myers.
Okay, well, my next question is, would you rather be chased by Rob Zombie's Michael Myers or stuck in a room with broken legs with Annie Wilkes?
Chased by Rob Zombie's Michael Myers.
Your go-to alcoholic beverage?
Bourbon.
What's worse, Halloween 5 or Halloween Resurrection?
Halloween Resurrection.
Go-to Starbucks drink?
Iced latte with 3 pumps of coffee nut.
Other than Pennywise, what's a way it could manifest itself to scare the shit out of you?
Being a spider.
Movie that scares you?
The Grudge.
What's your favorite book?
Blue Heaven by C.J. Box.
Favorite Batman villain?
Joker.
Who's worse, the Packers or the Vikings?
The Packers.
Favorite American food?
Cheeseburger.
What's your go-to ice cream mix-in?
Cookie dough.
Japanese food or Mexican food?
Mexican.
Brad, if you want to go ahead and go with that last question.
I was going to ask, I always like to ask what your favorite fast food pizza place is. Delivery.
Fast food, so this isn't anything from Chicago or anything, right?
No, Papa John's, Pizza Hut, Domino's.
Okay, gotcha.
Fast food.
Okay, shush. I'm from Chicago, so go ahead, Des. I know what yours is, but go ahead and say it.
Oh my god, I almost said CC's on accident. Pizza Hut.
Ooh. Pizza Hut. Okay, nice.
Yeah.
And I'm counter opposite of hers. I'm Domino's.
Oh,
Domino's
those are the top two.
Domino's has taken over, man. They used to be worse, but now they're the best, I think.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, they're really good.
Well, I'll say that Pizza Hut is definitely the thin crust. I think everything else is Domino's to me. But
garlicly Parmesan crust.
And a buttery flake crust. But no, that is our fast round. That is our fire segment. So hopefully you all had a great time and get a little experience of it because in the future you will get to do your own individual fire round for your own individual episode. So that is why that we're going to be skipping kind of like the interviewer. Yeah.
Sorry. I also want to say I panicked and I just said Michael Myers because he was the first one that came to my mind. Like, there are people that's going to be listening to that being like, this man is fucking full of shit.
I thought you were going to say Chucky.
Yeah, I panicked and Michael Myers was the first one on my mind. So,
Yes.
I also panicked and I said Spider-Man, but I would go Batman.
I was surprised with that too. I was like, damn.
It just came out. And then as soon as I said it, I was like, that's not even true.
No,
so I'm going
ticker, man.
Because I needed to correct myself as well.
No, hey, and that's okay. That's what the fire round's all about. Just what kind of random answer you're going to get and all that. So we think that's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, everything else I'm pretty confident about though from the fire round. So.
Hey, there you go. Brad, before I start wrapping everything up in a nice little bow here, do you have anything else you want to go over with our guest?
No, I think no. I think that was a good round. I think a good round. Success all around.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So again, what we're going to do, since Destiny and Braden are going to get their own individual episodes for this particular episode, we are going to skip the Great Brownie debate. And then when the interviewer becomes the interviewee segment, we'll save that for the individual episode. So just take this time to think about carefully what brownie's the best piece. Don't answer it now. We'll answer it later on in the future here. But I definitely want to thank Destiny and Braden to joining us from Fear Freaks. Congratulations yet again on 100 episodes. And here's to many, many more. And just how much you all mean to us. I just always got to show this off. This is the hand from Talk to Me that we use for the skit for the Real Horror Awards. And as you all can see on there, we always got to show our love and appreciation to Fear Freaks on there. But Braden, Destiny, thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Thank you guys for having us. Seriously, this was a great time. So thank you.
Yeah,
yes,
hope you had a good time.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And hey, you might never know. We might do a Fear Freaks Part 2 in the future too. So hey, anything can happen on here. But Brad, just in case, one more time, how can listeners or watchers find this episode?
Well, you can find it on YouTube podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Podbean's the other one. I think you said the name of it. Yeah, we're available in all those locations, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And real quickly, for any first-time watchers or listeners, I'm hearing Fear Freaks for the first time. How can they find Fear Freaks?
They could find old episodes on Spotify, but because we are aiming at transitioning in the future, you guys can mostly find all newer stuff just on YouTube.
Nice. And we'll be sure to throw all the descriptions, links and all that down in the description of the video and the podcast. So with that in mind, we're going to go ahead and let you all go for now. We'll get you back on for individual episodes and get that squared away. Thank you all so much for listening and watching Real Talk, and we will see you all for the next one. Goodbye, everybody.